speaking of Australian culture, we saw two members of the Australian Greens emulating United States Senator Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez at the Canberra Midwinter Ball last night, wearing dresses adorned with political slogans, as AOC did at the Met Gala last year. Nick, there's a term for this. It's called cultural appropriation.
Yes, it is. And look, the same people who just were so angry at Di Lee wearing the Australian flag dress into Parliament when she gave her wonderful maiden speech this week. Those same people, oh, you shouldn't be doing that, but quite happy to wear, you know, extracts from Guardian editorials over their dresses. You know, I just thought it looked pathetic. It looked a joke, and you know, in the end, it is. I mean, it just emphasises there's no substance to this. It's all about the slogan, isn't it? They don't actually want to improve anything. They just want to be the kind of people who are seen to want to improve things. That's it, and that's what that virtue signalling is all about.
Well, it's one thing to say end coal and gas, but what do you do then? I mean, is she going to turn up in a dress next year saying, "I've got solar on my roof"? I mean,
I don't know. Maybe she could have solar panels on the dress. You know, maybe that's a para watch or something. I don't know, but no. But this is it. She doesn't want coal or gas, right? So what does she want? And this is where you get into this deep energy illiteracy, which infects largely educated or apparently educated people who just refuse to admit that actually wind and solar isn't going to do it. You know, even with a few little batteries, it's not going to solve the problem. And exhibit number one, Western Europe right now. Oh, they've gone along pretending that they could build all these windmills and they'd be absolutely fine, while on the quiet just taking in gas from Russia. Now that little ruse has come unstuck, and they're all crying out for coal and gas and whatever, and rationing the electricity.
Well, that segues to my next question. Britain is about to go into a freezing winter with low gas supplies and high gas prices. New Prime Minister Liz Truss has supposedly solved the problem by just putting a cap on energy bills. Nick, if it was that easy, we'd do that here, wouldn't we?
Yeah, what she means by that is effectively subsidising them or forcing energy companies to go broke. It's one of the two. You can't do that. It's nuts. I mean, that's the sort of policy that the Soviet Union tried for years and years, and it just doesn't. You know, you can't do that sustainably over long term. But look, things are really bad there. I mean, I've been on the phone to my family this week, and last time I spoke to them and the weather was sunny and they were all happy. Marked change of mood suddenly by this energy thing. And Liz Truss, I'm not going to be too hard on her, Fred. I'd be enormously surprised and pleased if she succeeded. But look at it this way. I mean, Margaret Thatcher came to power in reaction to the winter of discontent brought on by Labour and its strikes. And I lived it, right? We were shutting down. I was in my mid-teens, and there were constant blackouts. And actually, as I was just beginning to date girls, I actually thought that was rather good. But I was one of the few people in the country who did, you know. It was the winter of discontent. Now, Truss comes to power going into a winter discontent, and she's going to own it. And I just see that the odds, however good she is, and I really don't know, the odds are stacked against her. She's got 2 years to prove herself, and it's going to be 2 horrible years from as things look now.